What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about colloquialisms. If you don't know, I'm doing a series called the ABCs of colloquialisms. I'm pretty sure you know that now because you saw the thumbnail, but we are on the letter I today. So if you want to go back, you can go back onto the playlist and you can watch A through H. And today we are on the letter I. Today we are going to learn 3 expressions. They're all expressions today that start with the letter I. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. The first one is one that has recently become popular because of a song. It's a K-pop song, Monsta X and French Montana. And the song title is Who Do You Love? In that song, there's a lyric where somebody says, in the heat of the moment.
In the heat of the moment, when you're all alone and out of breath.
That is the first expression that we are going to learn today. In the heat of the moment. In the heat of the moment. And every time I say it, I just think of that song and that lyric. So it's like replaying in my mind. But I'm trying to be better and I'm trying to focus. Like, Carly, focus. You're teaching. In the heat of the moment just means when something is done impulsively without thinking because of strong emotions. So basically you do something because you feel so strongly, like your emotions, you feel so strongly to do that. It's almost as if you don't even think. You don't even think twice. In the heat of the moment, you do something without thinking. So this could be any type of emotion. Sometimes when you're really angry, you do something like you throw something down or you hit something or someone, God forbid, and it's in the heat of the moment because you're angry. So without even thinking, you just do that. Or sometimes when you're really sad, you don't notice it, but in the heat of the moment, in the heat of being super sad, you might just like totally break down, like on the outside. It's almost as if you're a robot and your robot body just shuts down on the outside and people can see that, it's like in the heat of the moment. Or sometimes when you're like, you're falling in love and you're like, all getting all the butterflies and all the feels, in the heat of the moment, you're like, and you just kiss the person. That is in the heat of the moment without thinking, just because of your strong emotions in the heat of the moment. I will say most of the time when we use this, it's the emotions that we feel are either anger, love, or excitement. In the heat of the moment, we use this expression when we feel those emotions, but sometimes it can be used with other emotions as well. That is just, in my opinion, the top 3 occasions that we use this expression. Without further ado, let's go ahead and give an example of in the heat of the moment. An example of this is, I said things that I didn't mean in the heat of the moment during our argument. Ugh, that stings because I feel like we've all been there. In the heat of the moment, you say things that you don't mean, especially during an argument. It's sad, it hurts, it stings. So again, the example sentence, I said things I didn't mean in the heat of the moment during our argument. In the heat of the moment. That is number 1. Number 2 is another expression. They're all expressions today. It's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. And this just means something that you do not like or you're not interested in. If something isn't your cup of tea, you don't like it or you have no interest. You show no interest in it because maybe you hate it.
So it looks like you're enjoying yourself. Oh,
Maybe you don't like it, or maybe it's just, you're just indifferent. Like you've never thought about it. And when you think about it, you're like, no, I don't want to do that. It's not my cup of tea. For me personally, running is not my cup of tea. Running. I don't like to run. I actually hate running because why would you run? Like why? Unless something's chasing me, I don't want to have to run. There are so many other forms of exercise that I would prefer doing rather than just running. Like even walking fast is good for me. But of course, I've told you a million times, I love weightlifting. I love swimming. I feel like I'm an active person overall, but you're not going to catch me running because it's not my cup of tea. Like, why would I run? And at this age now, my knees hurt too bad for me to be running like that. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? No, I'm not going to be running. So it's not my cup of tea. There are a few other things in this world that is not my cup of tea. Running is probably at the top of that list, followed by camping. I will do it because my friends coerce me. I'm not gonna lie, I just actually canceled a camping trip that I was supposed to go on. Sorry about that, my friends that are watching. I'm just really busy right now at the moment, but it's also because I just don't like camping. I was trying to be a team player. I was trying to camp with you guys and be like, you know what, even though I don't like camping, I'm going to do it because you guys like to do it. But then my schedule just got the best of me, but also I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it because it's not my cup of tea. I don't like camping. I like being inside where there's AC. I don't want to be outside. No, why would I want to do that? Why do I want to sleep outside in a tent and be gross and sweaty with bugs? Not my cup of tea. So again, it's not my cup of tea is an expression that just means something that you do not like or you're not interested in. So an example sentence is, I know you love horror movies, but it's not my cup of tea. I know you love horror movies, but it's not my cup of tea. And this might actually be a little bit of a shorter video today. Interesting. But the next one is actually something that I added in here purposefully because it's something that you will hear so much in the South. Now, I told you guys, in America, everything is kind of regional, whether it's popular or widely used depends on where you are. America is huge and it really has a bunch of different slang terms that are unique to different areas. Now this, although it's not slang, it's a colloquialism still, it's an expression, and it's very common to hear in the South, which is where I am from and where I currently reside, in the South. All right, and it is, I reckon. Like just that, I reckon. I reckon, and then you continue your sentence. I reckon, blah, blah, blah. I reckon, yada, yada, yada. So the definition, okay, it's a colloquialism meaning I think, I suppose, or I believe. And it's often used in informal speech, particularly in some regional dialects. See what I said there? Now, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a lot of Australians use this as well. Australians use I reckon. It's super common in the South here in America. I'm trying to think if other countries use it as well. Probably, I mean, it's probably used, but where it's common, I think, is Australia and then also the southern part of the US. This is really popular. So again, you can just use this expression, I reckon, in place of I think, I suppose, or I believe. So for an example, I log on to work and I just see a million emails. This is literally my life today. I am so busy and I'm just like this close to being like, and then, okay, no, I'm cool. Oh, I hit my mic. All right, guys. So you noticed when I hit my mic, yeah, I messed up the audio. So this is me in new clothes and a new day, realizing that happened and finishing the video. So there's a first time for everything. The audio messed up. So this is me finishing the video. But what I was saying was, I reckon it's going to be a long day whenever I log into work and there's like a million emails or people just start messaging me right off the bat. And I'm just like, okay, it's going to be a long day. And when that happens, I also reckoned I'm going to need some coffee because literally I cannot survive without caffeine. So whether I'm here working at home or I'm in office, I have to make sure I'm caffeinated. I have to make sure I have my coffee. Luckily, I have a nice little Nespresso machine set up downstairs here in my house. And then when I go to work, I work literally right next to a Starbucks. So it's easy for me to just walk over, grab coffee and get along with my day. But yeah, when stuff like that happens, I'm like, I reckon we're going to need some coffee, especially to my coworkers. Like my coworkers will look at each other and we're like, nah, we're going to need to go get some coffee or we're going to need to take a long lunch break today. I reckon it's just going to be like that. This month of April, well, I know it's about to be April at the time of this recording. And by the time this goes live, it will be like the day before April is the busiest month for my work. And so literally my coworkers and I were all just very tense and we're like, oh, I reckon it's going to be so bad this year just because we've had a lot of changes and everything and new software and updates. So we're just a little bit nervous and we're saying, I reckon it's going to be pretty bad this year. So an example sentence of this expression, I reckon, is I reckon it's going to rain later today. I reckon it's going to rain later today. So you'll go outside and you know how you can just like feel it. You can like sense the rain, you know? You go outside and it's like, yeah, that smells like rain. Or maybe it's like cloudy or something and you're like, it's gonna rain today. I reckon it's going to rain today, which means I think, I believe, or I suppose it's going to rain today. All right, so you can use this expression, I reckon, in place of using the words I think, I believe, or I suppose. All right, so today you guys learned 3 expressions that start with the letter I. The first one, in the heat of the moment, right? In the heat of the moment. And then it's not my cup of tea and I reckon. All right, so I hope you guys have a better understanding of these 3 colloquialisms, which are all expressions. If you do, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you all in the next video.